Hello, and welcome to the latest episode of the Carnivore Connection by Raw Vibes Pet Food LLC. I'm your host, Megan Lee Walls. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about whole prey and the advantages that this provides to your carnivore companion. Obviously, the origin of whole prey feeding comes from nature itself. It's what they would eat in the wild, so it makes a lot of sense to follow something that's been working for millennia. In the wild, we have varying small prey. We have rodents, including rats, mice, rabbits, insects, lizards, and they all have varying meat, organ, and bone ratios. For example, according to carcass analysis, mice have 85.9% meat, 9.2% organ, and 4.89% bone. Whereas rats have 89.87% meat, 5.5% organ, and 4.7% bone. The average ratios that we tend to see are about 80% meat, 10% organ, and 10% bone. These ratios can be applied to larger animals as well. We call this prey model or Frank and prey model style feeding. This includes putting a bunch of different parts together to equate to that ideal ratio. Even though the standard ratios are used, they've been adapted over time to suit our pets that aren't eating whole prey. So this ensures pets can get their essential nutrients otherwise not found in the natural diet. These ratios can be applied to larger animals, as I mentioned, to equate to that larger amount. So in this example here, 10% of the bone is coming from venison, 10% of the organs are coming from an emu, and then the 80% muscle is coming from a pig. Some people have an issue with a ratio-based diet, but to be honest, lab tests while they do provide useful data, they don't account for every factor that we see in real life feeding. Observing animals in nature where they instinctually meet their own needs is the best guideline for our pets. So we have 6 really important benefits of whole prey that we're going to explore. This includes nutrients that aren't found in a pre-made or do-it-yourself diet, a source of natural fiber, the benefits for oral health, brain health, and heart health, and it being one of the most convenient ways to feed raw. So let's explore these benefits. First of all, it's natural and an unprocessed diet. Whole prey provides a raw, unprocessed option that delivers nutrients in their most natural form, free from any additives or preservatives, and promoting overall wellness in our companions. We are also seeing a lot of nutrients that aren't found in pre-made or do-it-yourself options. Whole prey provides a raw and pressed option depending on the processing method for pre-made products such as cutting, grinding, exposure to air, light, and other factors. This can actually affect the structure and function of vitamins, minerals, fats, enzymes, and even proteins. Whole prey provides a whole bunch of wonderful health benefits. As we spoke about in episode 1, it is full of natural fiber. The fur, feathers, other indigestible parts, those provide natural fiber promoting smooth digestion and supporting a balanced gut microbiome. So it also aids in gut motility, preventing issues like constipation, and fostering beneficial bacteria for immune and digestive health. We also see a lot of heart health benefits as well. Whole prey is packed with taurine, which is a vital amino acid, especially for cats. While dogs can produce their own taurine, cats cannot, and is very crucial for a healthy heart, sharp vision, and overall well-being. Whole prey provides a ton of taurine in its natural form, ensuring bioavailability and an optimal absorption, which is actually really challenging to replicate through supplements alone. We also see a lot of oral benefits. Chewing on whole prey naturally scrapes the teeth and gums, helps to reduce plaque and tartar buildup, and it's essential really for maintaining oral hygiene. The action of tearing through the prey strengthens the gums, it reduces the risks of gingivitis, and it promotes positive blood circulation to the oral tissues. In addition, it provides a lot of mental stimulation. The process of tearing and chewing and working through the whole prey provides mental stimulation, keeping pets engaged. It reduces boredom and it satisfies those instinctual behaviors, helping to decrease frustration that lead to much more calmer and balanced pets that are less prone to being stressed and all of those related behaviors to to chewing on household items or excessive vocalization. And no, despite common belief, it does not make your pet bloodthirsty. All right, so all the whole prey that you can feed includes various birds such as quail, chickens, chicks, ducks, ducklings. There's some rare proteins out there like pigeons and partridges. You can feed a lot of small mammals such as mice, rats, rabbits, guinea pigs, hamsters, gerbils, squirrels, even fish like sardines, smelt, salmon, and trout. And you can also feed some larger animals as well that count under whole prey, such as pig fetuses and cow fetuses. You may ask, where the heck do you get all this stuff? There are lots of options. Of course, you can grow your own, raise your own livestock for your animals. You can connect with friends and family that are hunters. They may be hunting geese or duck, venison, any of that kind of stuff. You can also reach out to farmers. There are a lot of farmers that produce rabbit, small rodents like mice and guinea pigs. And then you also have the option of reptile suppliers. These people usually are producing small rodents for reptiles to eat, but it's perfectly fine for your companions as well. Obviously, it's super important to still ask about where and how animals are sourced, how they're dispatched and stored, what they're fed, and the conditions that they're kept in when they're alive. Just to ensure you're still supporting quality food sources and ethical producers for your carnivore companion. And finally, we are looking at one of the most convenient ways to portion out and feed your companions. Typically, when we're feeding raw, we feed an average about 3% of the animal's ideal body weight, which also influences our batches and our meals in regards to meat, organs, and bone. But this math can be very confusing for a lot of people. I will be doing another podcast on actually doing the math, and it really isn't complicated, but for some people, they're just not math people, and that's perfectly fine. So when we're feeding by the average feeding percentage, you have to do a bunch of math in order to figure out how much your pet needs. But when you're feeding whole prey, you pretty much need no math at all. Since the whole prey is complete, you just figure out how much your pet eats per day, and that's what you feed. That's it. You don't have to portion out the meat, the bone, the organ, none of that. It's super, super easy. So that's very, very simple. But that concludes our episode number 2 on whole prey feeding. If you have any questions, concerns, or comments, feel free to reach out and I will address them. And of course, as always, thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button.